The tribunal just reconvened now a short while ago. They took a break while Dr. Duke was on the news, but now they've reconvened. We would like to tell you and break it to you, as we have always done, that the Election Petition Tribunal has decided on one of the cases. So that is the case of the Action Alliance. We now have two cases left. The case of the Accord Party and that of the People's Democratic Party. That's the one of Aswe Ighodalo. But let me tell you a brief of what happened. The Election Petition Tribunal dismissed in its ruling the case brought by the Action Alliance. The Action Alliance had two cases. And these two cases are, one, the two cases from different functions of the party. And the two cases have been dismissed. The first case is the case of the candidate representing the party. And when that was brought, the tribunal ruled clearly that that is a pre-election matter. It's not an election matter. And so the Action Alliance that is arguing over who is its candidate should have approached the Federal High Court than coming to approach the Election Petition Tribunal. So on that ground, that particular case was struck out that was filed by that faction of the Action Alliance. The second faction, the second petition from the Action Alliance is the case that they said that as far as they are concerned, there was corruption during the election, rigging and manipulation, and the judge ruled that the onus of proof or the burden of proof lies in he who alleges. And as far as the judge is concerned, in the wisdom of the judges, that the Action Alliance did not prove his case, that there was manipulation during the election or irregularities. And so that particular one was also struck out. So in this particular, as we stand now, we can say clearly that the case of the Action Alliance has been struck out completely and someone say legally trashed out and thrown to the dustbin. That means that the cases we now have going on is the case of the Accord Party and that of the ruling of the opposition People's Democratic Party, which is the main player here, that of Aswe Ighodalo, which is the candidate of the PDP. While the other one
just
of the AA is already gone. That brings to force. Some are already saying this may be a line to where the judgment will go, but some are saying no, it's too late to start to talk about it, because for now, the basic fundamental here is the fact that as far as they are concerned, the judgment has been delivered, the Action Alliance is already out, the case thrown out. So the other two cases are what we are expecting, and we are hopeful that they can speed up action because the courtroom is indeed very hot. The weather around here has been very hot, although it's looking very cloudy now, with apparent show that it may likely be raining very soon if we get that. But in some parts of Abuja, like the central area and other part going to Karo, we heard that there is rain going on there. If it gets here, fine, but if not, but for now, like you said, Mr. Sonny Duke Okosu, Edo State is presently in Abuja, except few of you and the larger number who is there in the state. Every political player, just look behind me, you can see everyone that you know here, lawmakers, big name, party stalwarts, all of them, some in the courtroom, some hanging outside, some in their cars, and even some bigger names you think are very big persons here don't even have seat to sit. Some of them are even helping to even share soft drinks and bottled water, while the other ones, as I spoke to, I can say that I spoke to the CPS, to the governor, Freddy Toa, off camera after the break. He told me that they were expecting the governor, but so far so good. He has not seen his principal, so he's believing that the governor may likely not come. But the deputy governor in the Hausa is inside. Some PDP chieftains are also inside, and many persons are all there. So all of this mean that, as far as they are concerned now, maybe the Gov Okpebholo had defeated the Action Alliance. Let's see whether he will do same for the PDP and the Accord Party, or something different would happen. Sonny Duke and Anu.
That's quite interesting. Right. First petition done and dusted with, struck out by the tribunal. That's talking about the petition of Action Alliance against the APC and Governor Okpebholo for lack of jurisdiction. That's what the tribunal held. Of course, we looking forward to the other judgments that are coming up. Absolutely. The PDP versus the APC. And then, of course, I think the Accord Party versus the APC.
I think the major one is between the bigwigs, the PDP and the APC. But I'd love to ask Ikarata right now, with what has happened with one of the parties' petition being struck out already, what do you think is in the mind of the other parties at this particular point? What could be running through their mind? And also, what's the attitude of persons on ground at the courtroom? Ikaro.
Yes, let me call you Lady Anu Stevena, ace broadcaster there. I think from what we know from William Shakespeare writing in the very prominent play there, Macbeth, he says that there is no act to find the mind's construction on the face. We cannot tell deeply what is running in the minds of the PDP supporters here, the PDP stalwart here, and that of the Accord Party. But what we can tell is what we are seeing from the faces of the All Progressive Congress supporter. If the camera can just pan, if the camera can pan a little round, you can see most as supporters of the APC, just pan round, they are in very high spirit. They are very high spirit. Most of them, when the Accord Party case was struck out, most of them were very jubilant here. They came out shaking each other, embracing each other, raising their voice, making some noise around, like a noise of victory, although it's a half-baked victory, not a full victory yet until we get the full. But for the APC, we can tell you from their face appearance, from the noise they are making, from the comments they are saying, and all what, they are home. They are very happy and very excited. But for members of the PDP, we can't predict yet. They are still keeping their cool, keeping their calm, and watching that, waiting for when their own would be actually read and judgment will be delivered on the case, on the suit filed by their candidate, Dr. Aswell Ighodalo. For the candidate of the Accord Party, I can tell you something. We are not seeing much of Accord Party or even the Action Alliance here. To be very candid, we have tried to look for the persons for Action Alliance and for the Accord Party. We have not seen none. We've gone around to search, to check. The people that filed this, where are they? Let us see them. Peradventure, when this whole case ends, when the judgment is delivered, anywhere it goes to, we want to interview all the persons who are there. Even for now, if we had seen the person for the Action Alliance, we would have brought them on set. Let's get your view. Your case is already dispensed with. What's your take? What's your reaction? But we searched for them. We couldn't get them to balance their thought on what they think of the judgment already given in the suit that they filed. That of the Accord Party, we are still looking for them. We have not been able to see them. But the prominent persons here in the crowd, very visible people that you see, are members of the APC, which form the larger chunk, close to, I can't put in percentage now, and the PDP. They are the larger people we see here, the PDP and the APC.
A bit of a network glitch there. We hope we can reconnect with Ikaro to just conclude that analysis on the latest development at the Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal,
our senior judicial correspondent, to go look for them.
A few minutes ago.
Told me, and the general manager ITV, who was around, Mudashiru Biodu, that he did not see any of them. We are hoping that we could see them.
Okay. All right, Ikaro, we just want to say big thanks to you. We hope we'll reconnect with you when all of this is over so we can have more engagement and look at how the judgment went. I'm sure that a lot of people want to know how the first judgment went, which has to do with the Action Alliance, right? Yeah, Action Alliance brought that case against the APC, and the tribunal held that the decision was based on lack of jurisdiction. But let's just run through the story proper, just for the benefit of our viewers. It says, Edo State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal dismisses case of Action Alliance against APC and Governor Okpebholo for lack of jurisdiction. Governor Monday Okpebholo and the All Progressive Congress APC have won round one in the series of petitions challenging their declaration as winners of the September 21, 2024 governorship elections in Edo State. A petition instituted against them by the Action Alliance AA and one Adekunle Rufai Omoaje was thrown out by the Edo State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal for lacking merit and being frivolous. In the first judgment of the tribunal today, Wednesday, the 2nd of April, it was held that Adekunle Rufai Omoaje, who filed the joint petition, had no locus standi to institute the case, as his petition was not based on election-related matters. So that's a foregone issue. And interestingly, the petitioners were not in the court today. Did they have a premonition of how the case was going to be against them that perhaps informed their decision not to come to court?
I honestly feel that some of these things really are not shocking to a lot of Nigerians, and because when Ikarat has said that one is quite scanty or they're not even there at all, but the APC supporters and the PDP supporters are pretty much on ground. I really wasn't surprised about it. And just as the news actually reported, round 1 won already, so let's see if
what happens in round 2 and round 3. Okay, so we'll be back here to give you updates on the proceedings of the tribunal. The judgment is ongoing. The proceedings is ongoing. Round 1 is gone. We have round 2 and round 3. And we'll be back here to update you, let you know what's up with the Edo State Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja. Ikaru said Edo State is literally in Abuja right now. And that's understandable because all the political gladiators, they are all in Abuja to monitor the situation and see how it pans out ultimately.